Hello, lovelies. Rotting Jack Fox here. As the time say right now, it's 10:31. So I'm gonna just make like a quick what if. This is what if Deku was in a Piggy Apocalypse Part 4. So where I left off is where Uraraka, well, I mainly missaid it. So Deku confessed his love to Toga. Toga said yes and did felt sincere. They both felt very confident on the other's behalf, and Uraraka did had does have feelings for Deku. So when she's spying over Deku and Toga talking, and overhears Deku confessing his love for her, did hurt Uraraka. So in pity revenge, she told the higher ups, which is the teachers in Class 1A. So basically, the League of Villains, Overhaul, and his minions, and the people who are keeping an eye on those people, she told them to the principal and those people and All Might and the other teachers, and they fear, yeah, he's gonna go into the dark side if Toga keeps this up. So after that, when everyone's like asleep, those people and the teachers like get the League of Villains, like move them away from Deku, Overhaul, and they did warn them several times beforehand. And so they do like stop Deku whenever he's trying to go to his girlfriend, aka Toga. And Deku is fighting the infection still, even though sometimes he has like a weird dream effect to him where he sees himself, but with someone's head in his hands. Sorry if that was gory to you guys, but he cannot distinguish the head. He only knows that he's carrying someone's decapitated head in his hands while he's carrying his mother's sword in his palm, like on his belt. So Deku, like, when he's trying to get to his girlfriend, Uraraka like stopped him, and Bakugo, and as well as Todoroki, the person who's keeping an eye on Overhaul, basically Sir Night-Eye, and the other people who are keeping an eye on the others as well are like in front of him, telling him that he's not allowed to go there. And he does take this as an offense because he's trying to see the person he loves. And Uraraka tries to lead him away, as at that moment he slaps her hand away. Tells her that if they don't want any villains here, then why? No, I messed that up. I'm basically saying, do not touch me. Why are you guys acting so weird around them? Why you guys are acting so rude to them? Don't think I'm stupid. Don't you think I hear you guys? I hear you guys tell them to back away from me. Tell me that now. You don't need to hide things. What are you talking about with them when I'm not around? And like the other teachers, mainly All Might, Naida, All Might, Aizawa, Midnight, Cementos, like the teachers and Principal Nezu like come up and tells him that he is still not allowed to go to them, as Deku does storm off in a huff, and he does feel pain. And the thing is, this thing is it does make you stronger, but also makes you a bit weak in the stomach. And the infection does like mainly tries to go to his heart. And the thing I forgot to mention about when it affects the heart and brain, I already explained the brain, but when it affects the heart, it makes it pump more blood throughout the body way quicker, causing the person to go certain stages of throwing up. As Deku is like feeling a pain in his stomach, and he runs out of the UA building. And all the people who are keeping an eye on the villains are like telling them off, and Nade tries to take Eri away from Overhaul, which Overhaul's minions as well as Overhaul tells them to back off, as Overhaul's carrying Eri like gently but also a little bit tight, as Eri's wondering what's happening, as she does remember Deku and sees him running away. Well, she thinks he's running away, but no, he's just going to like, hey, I'm gonna go work out for a while, as Deku is getting sick, and some. Uh, ooh. Uh, hold on. Okay, someone just sent me this, and I actually do want to say that's a very good plotline. I will use some of it. So, hallelujah to you. I do not want to missay your name because I feel bad if whenever I try to say your name bad. So I'm gonna continue the story. Congratulations, your part of it's gonna be in here. And when Deku comes back, he still sees like them like yelling at them. As in that point, like they're like holding him back, and others do like Classroom B, Monoma like hates you like 1A, but doesn't know why the teachers don't like knows why the teachers don't like the villains, and so forth in some way. As then Deku does kiss Toga, as the League of Villains are like like Shigaraki and Dabi are like cheering. As Overhaul does give them like a clap, and several people are like happily clapping and cheering, and that's when Deku gets shot. Deku gets shot with a bullet. Apparently someone has stolen his gun and shoot him, Toga, Dabi, Shigaraki, Kurigiri, and Overhaul and his minions. And they did it in a way where it will kind of paralyzes them, but knocks them out completely. And when Deku wakes up, and who done this? You guys decide in the comments, like, oh, who like shot all these people and blah blah blah. And Deku and Toga did like take care of 2 kids, as a person said. Instead of Deku and Toga having kids, I decided, hey, how about Susie and another child, which kind of has a manipulation of water. So Deku gets like tied up, and he wakes up a few hours later, and people are like shocked, like they see this person from class 1A shoot them, and they're like screaming, and All Might does tell them to calm down and does explain the situation. Well, not explain the situation, but mainly scolds people for like trying to scream, and he's telling them that they may lead infected people to them. And Monoma decides, I want to look into this. Why are they doing this? And he's like questioning this because they shot a class 1A member. So when Deku wakes up, all those people who are watching the League of Villains and Overhaul are like there, like scalding him. And Uraraka's like, here, I got you some food. And and at this point, Deku's arms are tied behind his back, as well as his torso is tied together. As Deku just puts the food, like tries to grab the food and says, I can't reach it because my hands are fucking tied up. So Deku decides, you know what? Actually, no, Deku does not talk to them whenever they try to talk to him, because he's like, no, I ain't gonna talk to you guys anymore because you guys hurt me and you hurt my friends, my actual friends. So in this case, Deku does like put the food under his like feet, under his shoe, like on top of his shoe, and kicks it up into Uraraka's face, standing up and starts cursing at her and cursing at all the others people there, and they're wondering why is he doing this and this and this, and he's like non-stop cursing. He's like calling Uraraka a bitch, cursing at all of them, cursing at All Might, and Monoma's outside the door, like looking into the window and wondering why is he doing, like screaming and yelling, and his screaming is like loud now because of the infection. As Deku does end up saying, telling Uraraka to leave him alone and never come to him ever again. In this case, Bakugo slaps him, telling him, "We're trying to save you, damn bastard," as Deku just sits down again and stops talking completely. Just looks down and stops talking. As they all leave, like scowling at him, and then Monoma does say, like tells other people from Class 1B and tells them to spread it around on the truth on why they are shooting them. And a lot of people do like say, oh, this is gonna be like, this is like good, it could be a revolution for the villains and heroes, until they figured out that All Might, all the staff, well, some of the staff, all Class 1A members except for Deku, like ganged up on these people, and they're like, whenever All Might or other people are trying to talk to them, they like scream at them and tells them to leave them alone, and calling Class 1A villains and All Might not a true hero, as well as Eraserhead, Midnight, Cementos, and Principal Nezu. And those are all the people who are in, as well as Sir Night-Eye. And when it got to Shinzo, he was like a bit mad because all those people were innocent and Deku did help him out. And he doesn't want to train with Mr. Aizawa because he figured out what he'd done to Deku. And he tries to find the League of Villains, but they're all like tied up, as well as Overhaul. And Aries like freaking out because Overhaul is not there and Deku is not there. And Overhaul did treat Eri better at this point while Deku was talking with Overhaul. He did treat her better. He's not experimenting with her. Like, he dumped the entire experiments when this infection all started. And the people who cared about the League of Villains now figure out the truth, as well as Overhaul are like looking for them, finding, as one student did, found them. Oh no, this is gonna be like 4. Yeah, sorry guys.